Hello everyone, this is going to be my video on Kingdom Hearts 1. This is going to be a monthly thing where I also review the other sequels as well, so I hope you look forward to that, because this is a series I absolutely love. And always, on the right here, I will have what I don't like about Kingdom Hearts 1. They'll go in more detail on what could fix the game. So first off, let's talk about the stuff I do like. Kingdom Hearts 1, first off, let's talk about a brief summary of what it is. It's basically like Square Enix characters with Disney characters put together. And if you want to know my opinion, I think it works pretty well in certain moments. There's certain moments where I feel that it's kind of an eyesore. Some dialogue doesn't really fit into, you know, the world, basically. But when it works, it really does work, especially with like stuff that involves music. I'll get to that later. And like the stuff that they put in is it really feels like a Disney Square Enix hybrid, not feeling too Square Enix. Although I'll go to the other future games that I feel like they kind of died down the Disney-ness of like Kingdom Hearts, you know. First off, the worlds, especially in Kingdom Hearts, they really put a lot of effort into like Kingdom Hearts 1 and what they wanted, like which world to be. However, there's going to be some worlds that I might not like, and I'll get to that on, like I said, next video. But, the worlds that I do enjoy are, Halloween Town, How Can You Not? It looks exactly like how it would in the movie, in, like, the certain locations, and the mountain hill, and it's just really good. I think my other world that I really like is Deep Jungle, for the amount of, like, it's a jungle level, but it's really good. Like, you know, certain locations, they don't all look the same. However, that's going to be my criticism with the other worlds. But so, oh, and my other favorite world is, the End of the World. I think, in my opinion, that's a little better than the world that never was, because it's like this collision, this fusion of, like, Destiny Island and a few other things put together. And, it's funny, because both the world that never was is more of an industrial setting, while, then the world is more natural and more, like, plant life, basically. But it's, like, other than that, yeah, it's pretty good. The worlds are pretty good. They're not exactly bad. I mean, there's worlds that I have complaints with. I'll get to that later, of course. But other than that, it's pretty good. Number 2 would probably be, like, the summon magics, especially in Kingdom Hearts 1, I feel like are a lot better. Because they rely on magic and not the drive gauge, which is, like, a huge issue with Kingdom Hearts 2, in my opinion. Because I feel like, unless it's the final mix version, then that's fine, because they fixed it. But it's hard to get drive gauge in Kingdom Hearts 2. So, you would because the forms in Kingdom Hearts 2 outshine the summons, so you hardly ever use the summons. But in Kingdom Hearts 1, they're needed. I mean, there's some summons that you will probably never use, like Bambi, especially, because once you get Tinkerbell, you don't need anything else. Except for a few summons like Mushu, if you want to fight the secret bosses or stuff like that. And Donald and Goofy are a lot more useful, in Kingdom Hearts 1. In Kingdom Hearts 2, they do slight damage, but it's not as good as it was in Kingdom Hearts 1. Like, whenever I'm, like, in a bad situation, like, Goofy or Donald would be there just to knock the enemy out. And, like, I get surprised because I think I played Kingdom Hearts 2 first. I didn't own it, but I had a friend that owned it, and I played it. And I played Kingdom Hearts, I bought Kingdom Hearts 1, and I played that. And I'm like, wow, like, I didn't expect it, like, to be that strong or whatever. So, it's really different. It's really different. It's not exactly a complaint for Kingdom Hearts 2, it's just, it's something that I like, is that it's more, like, your teammates feel more, like, useful, and, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, like, in Kingdom Hearts 2, they're useful in a different way, like, with limits, but in Kingdom Hearts 1, it feels like they're actually there to actually really do a good help with damage-wise. I think this is what I really like about Kingdom Hearts 1, which is my third reason on what I feel that Kingdom Hearts 1 does really good. environment stuff. Like, I feel like I enjoy some of the platforming. I mean, I know, especially there's this, there's a hippopotamus scene where you have to jump on the hippopotamuses. I agree, those are bad, but like with, tree grinding and, rope swinging, those are fine. I like those. Like, the issue I have with Kingdom Hearts 2, I know I'm going to Kingdom Hearts 2 and I'm bashing it, but I'll get to Kingdom Hearts 2, and you'll be surprised what my opinions are and what I like about it. You'll be like, oh, I thought you were bashing on it the last time, but no. But it's going back to Kingdom Hearts 2 and my issues with Kingdom Hearts 2. I feel that in Kingdom Hearts 2 there was a lot of interaction with stuff. It felt like just stadiums sort of thing where you go and then you fight Heartless or Nobodies and then you go to the next room. There was a lot of platforming. But in Kingdom Hearts 1 there was enough. There wasn't a lot, but it was enough. You know, it felt like a action RPG. That's all I have to say about that, though. This is my next thing, and this is what I'm glad about, because I was worried, like, when I first played Kingdom Hearts or whatever, I got Chain of Memories. That was my first game I have of the Kingdom Hearts series. My friend gave it to me, and I thought, I hope it doesn't sound all like Final Fantasy music, you know? But they actually put a lot of effort in to make the music feel like it's a part of the world, especially, and I really do like that. And I'm glad that, that they put time and effort in, like, staying true to the source material and not making, like, I don't know, Cloud's theme for, Agrabah, or, you know. So I'm glad they actually did that, because it's important to make this hybrid and not just put so much Final Fantasy emphasis on everything, you know. This is, kind of like a huge thing with me. Like, I'm a huge plot person. I love the plots. Kingdom Hearts, okay, first off, let's talk about Kingdom Hearts as a whole first, and I'll get to that later with my other videos on Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts had a good plot at first. Kingdom Hearts 1 was simple, and I loved it. And because it was just focused on this guy that is obsessed with darkness. That's it. He was a scientist, whatever. But later on, it got a little too weird. But it meant, like, between, like, Kingdom Hearts 2 and Birth by Sleep, it was okay. It was okay. But when Chain of Memories, not Chain of Memories, no. Kingdom Hearts Chi happened, I was like, what the heck is a book of prophecy? But that's besides the... Like, I'll get to that. I feel like I'm giving too much away from, like, my Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts Chi, like, what I don't like. But I'll get in more detail about that. But in Kingdom Hearts 1, it was just simple. It was just bad villain. And, like... And it was still deep, too. I'm not saying it wasn't, because the Ansem reports really got into detail and stuff about the world and what's going on. And it made sense. But later on... they felt like they really needed to put, like, a lot of stuff into it to make it intense and stuff like that, but, like, time travel plot, let's say I'm gonna just tell you this, there's a time travel plot later in the K8 series, and you know me, I'm not happy with, like, if time travel is just put in just to make the plot make sense, you know, because it's lazy writing. But other than that, Kingdom Hearts 1, pretty good plot, I really liked it. I really did like how in the final mix version they really gave more cutscenes to give answers to certain stuff that happened, but other than that, it's pretty good. I think this is a final mix, what I liked about the final mix version, because this includes Kingdom Hearts 1 and Final Mixes are both out in America already. I do like the abilities that are done better in Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, listen, I'm just saying Kingdom Hearts 2, but that's all I'm gonna say. I'm just bashing on Kingdom Hearts 2. That's a hint. But the abilities I feel like are done. Like, I miss the limits in Kingdom Hearts 1. Like Ragnarok and Arcanum, Sonic Blade, I think those were really good abilities. I wish they kept them in Kingdom Hearts 2. But yeah, like, other than those abilities, like, I liked Ripple Drive and Sadazuken, if I pronounce that, if I said it wrong, I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's like, I really liked the abilities because they felt like they gave a lot of stuff to Sora to give Sora special, unique things instead of the limits in Kingdom Hearts 2, because they're only party-based, and you only get one singular Sora limit, which I feel like is kind of a letdown. And my 7th huge reason why I felt like Kingdom Hearts 1 was superior compared to its sequels is that it really made the Disney villains involved. I mean, I missed the evil council of, like, Disney villains. I missed how they had, like, how Hook's ship was kind of riding in space or whatever, and they get captured. Like, it makes it feel like that the world is connected, that everything is connected. That's the issue I have with the other sequels, is that it feels too weighed down by their world. Like, there's some stuff, they do mention other world stuff, but I feel that the villains are more involved in what's going on. They've been around, basically. So that's what I do truly enjoy about Kingdom Hearts 1, is that they have characters other than Pete in Kingdom Hearts 2 that are around other worlds and stuff, that makes it feel like that they're more of a threat, you know, that they're not just Disney villains for the sake of a boss. And, like, let's say, huge example being Oogie Boogie and, like, Kingdom Hearts 2, it's just like they just added him in and revived him for really no reason, you know, because I don't feel like Oogie Boogie was really needed in Kingdom Hearts 2, because they didn't really give him a real reason. Like, it's not like in, there's this game, Oogie Boogie's Revenge, like, they didn't do anything with that, so I wish they did something similar to that. So, other than that, that's all I liked about, like, the 7 reasons I liked about Kingdom Hearts 1. In the comments below, I'd really like to know what you like about Kingdom Hearts 1, because Kingdom Hearts 1 has to be, like, my 2nd favorite Kingdom Hearts game. Other than that, I hope you enjoy, and I recommend seeing, after the credits, whatever I have up, see my, my criticisms of the game, because I have some on that as well. Other than that, see ya.